After one of the most publicly aired trials, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have both retreated into their corners, and hopefully there'll be no more of that debacle. After the case, Depp found himself to be in quite the limelight, not just for winning the trial, but for other reasons as well. Currently, there are rumors floating around about him taking back the role of Jack Sparrow. Let's find out if there's any truth to that. First up, is it true that Depp might be coming back as Jack Sparrow? The idea of having him back as the eccentric pirate is truly a wonderful idea, but with all that has gone down at the trial and Disney's scandal with him, we weren't so sure if it was really true or not. Other than these thoughts flying around, there was even a huge petition that added fuel to the fire, with almost 800,000 signs where people wanted to have him rehired in the original role. But it looks like all those signs will be going to waste. As we said, there's been tons of rumors that we might be in store to see our favorite pirate dance around, but unfortunately, it's just rumored. And none of that is happening anytime soon. The idea was stated somewhere on the internet, and ever since then, starry-eyed Depp fans couldn't help but root for him. And here's the amusing part. The rumors even suggested that he would be reprising his role as Jack Sparrow and will be exploring the younger days of Sparrow. Like, come on, did y'all not really see the obvious here? How in the world were you expecting an almost 60-year-old to play the role of a teen? Anyway, with all this talk of Johnny coming back, his team deemed it fit to issue a press release to clear the air. While talking to NBC, a representative for him clearly said that it's all made up. But then, how did people come up with the idea? The rumor mill on the internet is responsible for this really unrealistic and untrue idea. Plus, some fans out there were super desperate to see him back in the franchise, and they were just grasping at straws. With the circus of trial now over, he decided to focus more on his music career. And sometime before the rumor began, he was seen joining Jeff Beck as part of a live music session. Now, this is where the flop investigators came in. Some fans really thought that they were onto something, but in fact, what they did was overanalyze the situation and make a mountain out of a molehill. What they saw was him dressed in a burgundy headband. Now, these people automatically jumped to conclusions and thought the actor was instead dropping hints by dressing like his character. Assume much? Also, was he really offered $300 million? With the rumor turning out to be a complete lie, is there any truth to the amount being offered? Of course not. Can you imagine? $300 million is not a joke. And so obviously, some very naive fans may have made it all up as well. The total cost of one of the most expensive Jack Sparrow movies, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, was around $300 million. And the movie had a ton of CGI. Plus, he was set to make $22.5 million for his sixth appearance as Jack Sparrow before he was sacked from the series. Also, if we consider the previous paychecks he received, he made $50 million for the third part, and that was when the man was literally at the peak of his career. Even Depp believed he was being overpaid for his role in the franchise. According to a 2011 interview with Vanity Fair, he literally said, "Basically, if they're going to pay me the stupid money right now, I'm going to take it." So even the star agreed that at $50 million, he was getting a lot more money than he should have. Having said that, why did the viewers assume he'd be offered a hefty amount of $300 million? That too, after being involved in one of the most problematic trials of all time? Like, it's absurd to imagine that Disney would pay any actor, much less one who has been accused of assaulting one of his coworkers on the film and of abusing his ex-wife. Any production house, let alone Disney, wouldn't be in favor of having all that backlash directed towards them. Another factor to consider is that following the highly horrible trial, casting him in any high-profile role will be seen as an inherently political statement. And of course, Disney has no desire to be canceled, so there's no chance of Depp coming back. So, how did the figure come up? There's a lot going on here with this rumor, and at the root of it all is just a ton of BS. Sometimes people on the internet just have a lot of time on their hands, and they'd come up with just anything to get their fair share of attention. Anyway, how did they manage to come up with the $300 million amount? Well, if you had been following the case like us, you'd probably know what we're getting at. During the defamation trial, an attorney asked him, if Disney came to you with $300 million and a million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get you to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film? And to that, the man simply replied that the statement was completely completely true. Now, what the rumor mill did was pick up the figure from his statement and try to create a whole new spectacle. So there's that. And in other news, first, internet influencer exposes details about Heard's partying. It looks like the world's still not done dragging Amber Heard through dirt, because now that the trial is over, the people are after her over details of how she used to party. The influencer, Jessica Reed Krause, had a lot to say about the Aquaman actress's racy LA parties, which reportedly featured MDMA, booze, and intercourse. Krause further said that she learned of her destructive behaviors from former associates, who knew the actress personally and had witnessed her at one of these events. Elon Musk and Amber's relationship was also the subject of the expose, which revealed some alarming details. Another attendee from said parties weighed in, saying it's not unexpected to anybody who knows her. They said that she'd constantly film the Tesla CEO. They also added that she had a plan. She was a pro at it. Afterwards, she would record everything. She would make Elon so agitated that he'd end up doing bad things on camera, which she could then use against him. Sounds like a lot of made-up drama to us. We'll wait before we believe anything this time. Also, Depp's friend reveals more about his mental health post-trial. Whichever actor you had chosen to side with, one thing is for sure. The trial was pretty exhausting for all the parties involved, and often even for those of us watching from our homes as well. But Johnny's friend just revealed how the actor had been suffering even after winning. A friend of his recently told the New York Post that he is exhausted because he has done so much since his ex-wife was found guilty of defamation. His buddy talked about the actor's current condition of mind and body. He said, considering how quickly he's gone from the courtroom to the stage to the movie set of one of his upcoming projects, all without a break or a chance to think, he can only imagine how fatigued the man must be. He also claimed during the interview that the actor and his buddies watched the dramatic verdict together in the shocking case, plus that they were even there with him to celebrate his victory. He also talked about how Johnny celebrated by doing what he currently loves, playing some music with Jeff. And finally, Heard says she lost $47 million because of her ex-husband. Court papers used in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial have been publicly released, with The Daily Beast revealing that Heard's team claimed prior to trial records that she suffered economic losses in the range of $47 to $50 million over a 3 to 5 year period as a result of Depp's slanderous accusations. According to recently revealed court records, she walked away from tens of millions of dollars by refusing to take his money from the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. A community property asset means that since the sequel was filmed while he and Heard were married, she was entitled to half of the profits. According to The Daily Beast, he earned $33 million on the 4th Pirates movie, which means he could have made the same amount on perhaps more on a 5th installment in the series. During her divorce proceedings, Heard declined to take the money, all of which was ruled out of the slander trial. It's understandable that she is bringing up all this money talk considering how the jury sentenced her to pay $10.35 million in damages. With the news of her going broke soon because of legal fees and whatnot, it's not a surprise that all of this is coming up again. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the rumor of Depp coming back as Jack Sparrow? Do you think Disney will ever extend the invite to him? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.